Our world as we know it is in the end stages, and we've been fighting against climate change for some time now, but we are in great danger and need to do something about it now. We need to immediately implement the Green New Deal. I just want to clarify that it is not a bill, a legislation, policy proposal, or anything you could pass or make laws with. It's more of a shared understanding of the problem and what's necessary to solve it. The Green New Deal basically contains two big ideas. The first idea is the question of what we need to do to solve the impending climate crisis. A set of goals to avoid the global disaster. So this basically thinks of moving to electric cars, making home energy efficiency better, growing foods locally, thinking of how we can create more energy without relying so much on fossil fuels. And this plan will actually create more jobs, new industries, and even an entirely new economy. And the second part acknowledges that transitioning Americans away from fossil fuels is a huge and difficult task, especially at a time when so many live in economic uncertainty. So the second part is a set of promises for how Americans will be protected during the transition away from fossil fuels. It's a way to help ordinary Americans come out better on the other side. There's a job guarantee, public employment, high quality healthcare, education, and even training. These promises aren't just for the coal workers as well. They're meant to keep all inequality from getting even worse during the transition. A key principle of the New Green Deal is that it's too late to incrementally move away from fossil fuels. It has to happen quickly and dramatically. It's because we're already in the end zone. There's not enough time to save our planet. We need to act now, fast and hard. So recently, a group of the world's best climatologists have come together to discuss this matter, this very urgent matter. And they said that it is very clear that even half a degree matters. Climate change, it costs us trillions of dollars and millions of lives, which are irreversible forever. These things cannot be changed, and we need to do something about it. So, if we went through this transition, it would eliminate 62,000 air pollution deaths per year in the US, saving taxpayers $600 billion a year. Climate cost savings to the world due to reducing US emissions would be $3.3 trillion a year. These savings would continue for 100 years. The transitions would create 2 million net jobs over these lost in the US. The Green New Deal is a Jobs and Justice Center's plan to decarbonize the US economy in 10 years. It's literally the only plan that is put forward that is actually aligned with scientific consensus in UN's IPCC report. It focuses on creating the maximum amount of prosperity for working people and marginalized communities in the process. So, let's say going through this, we need to think about what direction and power and how power usually flow in when new things get built. And this is one of the concerns that people against this are thinking, that if we create a new economy, a totally new economy, and build a bunch of things, that the direction of wealth and power, it would stay the same. It would just be owned by other groups with power and wealth. Nothing would be distributed fairly. So basically, the folks who have the fewest barriers will be the ones that benefit the most. And basically, we would just see a replication of the issues that we have right now. So the Green New Deal says that we should rebuild the American economy in a way that allows opportunity to flow more fairly. So basically, while we have this chance, why don't we think about that proactively to change it in a way that people has been calling it for to be changed for generations at this time? This is the first step to acknowledge the problem and set plans to actually have the real Green New Deal. So the actual Green New Deal is a roadmap for what the governments actually need to do next, the implications that need to take place. But for now, the Green New Deal is just asking our leaders to acknowledge the scale of the problems we face. The Green New Deal is a long shot, but right now it is also the only plan that acknowledges what we know is coming. Rihanna Gunn Wright, policy director, once said, "What is the world we want? What is the country that we want? And how do we want to get there? How do we get there in a way that is just? And how do we get there in a way that stabilizes the climate and heals our planet? Because if we don't do that, then there will be no paradigm, because there will be nothing to fight for." I really helped discuss this topic with you in a way that convinced you to believe that the Green New Deal is the right move to make. Our Earth is in a crisis, and it needs our help to stop it. Thank you.